Hello, welcome to the second video in the Road to Profit series. So this is where I interviewed a professional, profitable Betfair trader and just found out a little bit more about them. First video was released last week and it went down really well, apart from a couple of comments. Somebody said that I wasn't very animated, which I'll be honest is the first time I've ever been described as not very animated. So thank you very much. And also to stop these videos and leave it to my partner. Sorry you stuck with me. So yeah, I apologise. Hopefully you find this one a little bit more animated. So the whole idea about this series was for me to ask some of the traders that we have at Betfair Trading Community that are profitable just a few questions, just so I can give that feedback to you guys so that you can see what the profitable traders are doing so that you can learn from them. Because I think that success leaves clues. So if success leaves clues and these guys are profitable traders, then there's going to be clues in there to help you with your trading. So the first question that I asked is, why did you start trading? So this response was, initially after a few years, I started, but I stopped after a lack of progress. In hindsight, I realised a lot of things that stopped me were my own mistakes. I started again about a year ago. So profitable within a year. I think that's amazing. And I think that's really inspiring for a lot of people. How long do you spend researching your trades? My trades are a bit more systematic than other people's. A lot of my trading is based on stats, filters, averages, etc. Pre-game research doesn't take me much time, maybe a few minutes per game, just to check that the top players are playing and that both teams have something to play for. Now that's really interesting. And this is something that I've always mentioned, that you've got to know who the players are, because they go in with this what has to happen question. So if you're trading goals, what has to happen? Well, like this guy says, if the top players are playing and the teams have something to play for, there's going to be chances of goals, etc. How many trades on average do you do a day or week? Now remember, this trader is very systematic. They do all of their research before the games and then it's very systematic. So on a busy day, I will do 6 or 7. This is on the high side, but I have predetermined entry points. So another key point there, they've already determined their entry points. So each trade isn't particularly time consuming once the day's filtering and research is done. On a quiet day, it could be 0, 1 or 2. I used to get frustrated when there was none, but learned to accept and resist the urge to find something you wouldn't normally trade. Now I would either take the day off trading altogether or do some work on my data, listen to podcasts, read blogs. Basically, I find other ways to get better than just do more trades. This answer here is really poignant for me. They've got predetermined entry points. They're not beating themselves up about not having no selections, and they're using the time wisely to work on other areas of their trading and also maybe their other interests. What do you now know that you wish you knew when you started? How vital the mentality side is. I still can't stress this enough. Patience is probably one of the most underrated characteristics to have. I think it's amazing. Great answer. What's been your biggest realisation on the road to being profitable? There have been lots of profitable strategies out there. There are lots of profitable strategies out there, but trading them in the right way is much harder. Creating the right mindset and developing yourself mentally will determine whether you become profitable, not whether you have a good filter, reliable of your instinct for goals. Again, a fantastic answer. Now, what does your trading day look like? This is a little bit of a bigger answer. And again, judging on the feedback from last time, I am going to try and make this more animated. I still can't believe somebody said I wasn't animated. That person needs to speak to our wife. She would definitely disagree with you there. I do a lot of my work in the morning. I'll update my results from the previous day. I will export my filters to my spreadsheet. Some filters I'm just recording data from, but those that I'm trading, I will create my initial list of games. I'll then do some research on those games and rule out which I'm not comfortable with. If the list is still too big, I'll try and trim it down further. This may be based on times I'm available to be focused on trading, or it could be based on further stats. Some Saturdays can get really busy, and it is definitely a case of quality over quantity. So it's important not to have too much to trade. After adding all the games to SofaScore Flash Scores, I'm set for the day. I don't need to be at my computer to trade. A lot is done on the go, and I have reminders set for kickoff and half time, after a goal as well, etc. So I don't even need to keep an eye on the game. Just before my predetermined entry point, I will check the in-play stats to make sure there are no red cards. And then what I hoped would be happening is indeed happening: shots on target, dangerous attacks. If I'm happy with that, I will enter the trade. Whether the stats just hit the minimum criteria or there's 27 shots on target with 300 dangerous attacks, my stake is the same. Robotic-like, that is key here. This is an important position to get to. My decision isn't made with any emotion. It's based purely on figures, bankroll management in mind. Even if I've just lost 3 trades in a row, it's all the same. After I place my trade, I will monitor the results. And if I have to exit the trade or there's no exit point, I can carry on with my day. I prefer to be routine with how I do things and keep things simple. Fantastic. Now, the last question, one thing you couldn't trade without. I am sorry to the person that said we were cheesy and it was just a big sales video for Betfair trading community. When I asked this trader what's one thing they couldn't trade without, they said stats software. Being able to trade a shortlist every day just based on a few criteria saves hours of time. I export it into a spreadsheet, I filter the data, and I have my trading plan. As the data builds, it can be analysed for patterns and tweaked for improved results. I am sorry if you think that that is an ad for BTC Stats. It's not. We put so much free content out there and give so much value that we don't feel like it's an ad. And hopefully this series is just helping you and just to sort of pick together and listen to the profitable traders to see what you're not doing that they're doing. And then what I want you to do is implement that into your trading and see how it gets on. And let me know, pop it in the comments below. I love chatting to traders. I just want to know what's working, what isn't working for you, and let's just have a chat. So next week I'll be back with another one of these. In the Road to Profit series. Let me know what you're thinking about them, and also what other kind of videos you want us to create, and we're more than happy to create them. So until next time, guys, stay safe out there and keep working on that trade.